In this episode, we're going to hear from people who decided to go and live in a Bulgarian village. Some people were a little bit shy to speak on camera, so they gave us their comments and some recorded some things for us. Let's have a listen to what they had to say.
Hi guys, my name is David Pritchard and I'm originally from Edinburgh, Scotland. I've been in Bulgaria for the past 5 years, living with my wife and my little daughter, and we live in a small village called the Glen in the Lovich area of Bulgaria. So the first question is why I chose a Bulgarian village over a city. Well, one is to get away from the hustle and bustle of city life. A long time I've been sat in the traffic jams and just the general everything, the busyness of the city I got sick and tired of, so we decided to come away from that. Yeah, you can never find a parking space, especially in Edinburgh, and if you find a parking space you have to pay for it, and it's a ridiculous amount of money, so it's a complete put off. Even the public transport was expensive. No, didn't want to do that anymore. So one of the reasons why we came here was that we wanted a more peaceful kind of way of living, to grow our own fruit and veg, and yeah, we've got that here and we love it. It's fantastic.
Hi, I'm Francie from Germany.
Hi, I'm Alex from the Netherlands.
And we're here in the southeast of Bulgaria in a village near the Greek and the Turkish borders.
Yes, we love it here. And the reason why we chose a Bulgarian village rather than a Bulgarian city is because we were tired of living in cities. We've lived in so many cities most of our lives, big metropolitan cities, and there's just people everywhere.
It's so crowded, it's so loud, you have people all around you, you have walls all around you, you have people on top of you stomping above the apartment, and it's just got too much.
Yeah, it really did.
And we also got very tired of renting and giving all our hard-earned money basically to the landlords. We kind of wanted our own space, and the village allowed for that. So we were able to get a house without having to take out a mortgage.
Yeah, we own our house outright, and that is a big possibility that you can do here in Bulgaria. It comes in varying stages, from being move-in ready, where you really don't have to do much, and then you have places like ours that have to be nearly completely done over, which is a work in progress. But it gives you a great sense of freedom, and you're able to just do these things yourself at your own speed. There's nobody here that's telling you how to do things. It's just freedom.
It's about living a life that feels real again. In the village, the people, they are warmer. They smile at you. They know your name. They treat you like family. In the city, you can be surrounded by thousands of people and still feel invisible. Here, you belong. Pause. Another reason is freedom. After everything we went through during the pandemic, I knew I never wanted to feel trapped again. In the village, even if the world shuts down, you still have your garden, the open sky, your own little piece of the earth. That kind of freedom. You cannot put a price on it. Pause. There's space here, not just around you, but inside you. Space to breathe, to think, to just be. Pause. And no, we are not cut off from the world. Fast internet. It works. You can work, you can create, and still hear the birds singing outside your window. Pause. But most of all, it's safe. Safer than anywhere I have ever lived. Here, life slows down, and you realize happiness is not about having more. It's about feeling more, and that I found here.
If you'd like to show your support to the channel, the easiest, quickest and free way to do is to hit that like button. You can also give us a comment about what you think about what the people are saying about living in a village. Also, sharing the video. Less than 10% of the people who watch these videos haven't subscribed yet, so please subscribe.
Здравейте, my name is Kalle. I am from Sweden, 45 years old. and I live in the mountains south of Veliko Tarnovo in an area called Elenski Balkan, and this is my village.
So the good thing about living in a Bulgarian village compared to living in a town, to me it's pretty obvious. I'm growing a lot of vegetables, my neighbor's keeping animals, so we trade carrots for eggs, more or less. And I'm using his washing machine. He's borrowing my drain pump whenever he wants to pump some water from a tank to another. And you know, borrowing tools back and forth, like good old neighbor trust. How it used to be in the world not so long ago. But here at the end of the road, at the foot of the mountain in Bulgaria, it's still on. It still works. This good old-fashioned simple life. It's a simple life, but it's not easy. You have to go up every morning, and if you're on a tight budget like most people are here, you have to fix a lot of things on your own. Building your own tool sheds and fixing things that breaks all the time because you reuse material. And yeah, moving to East Europe from a Western country will make men of the boys, for sure. And I've changed a lot since I came here 3.5 years ago. To the better, I would say.
Здравейте, казвам се Илияна. Със семейството ми от 3 години живеем в закупена от нас къща в село Крушево, община Севлиево, област Габрово. Не съжалявам и нито за миг за това решение. Аз съм градски тип момиче, но се научих да правя разсади, да плевя, да обработвам градината за домашно ползване. Тук на село приоткрих и хобито си да шия. Шия главно декор в селски тип. Това е. Живейте на село, произвеждайте чиста храна. Решението да живеем на село взехме съвсем осъзнато, защото искахме да отглеждаме детето си на чист въздух, в спокойна среда и с чиста храна.
Honestly, I needed more room for my very large, very hairy family. And by that I mean my dogs, my cats, my chickens. And if I'm feeling ambitious, maybe a few sheep. Try doing that in a city apartment and see how long you last. I also wanted to get back to my family roots, growing my own food, fixing things with duct tape and hope. That sort of thing. Becoming self-sufficient just made sense. Plus, let's be honest, in the city you pay a fortune for a balcony the size of a pizza box. Out here, I have a whole field, and nobody's yelling at me for mowing the lawn badly. Another thing, villages know how to hold on to traditions. Cities are out there inventing weird coffee flavors. Out here, we're still baking bread like Grandma did, dancing at the village fair, and arguing about whose rakia is the strongest. And not to brag, but building regulations are a little more relaxed out here. You want to build a chicken coop that looks like a miniature castle? Nobody's stopping you. They might even help. So yeah, more animals, more freedom, more space, more life. And occasionally, a goat in the garden. Wouldn't trade it for anything.
Hi, I'm Susan.
And I'm Jeff.
And we live in a small village in the Rose Valley, not far from Karlovo, which is in central rural Bulgaria.
What I personally like about living in a village is the clean air, the people are friendly, there's not so much noise. There's plenty of open countryside and the mountains behind us to take the dogs out for walks. And generally I think it's just a much more relaxing and healthy way to live, plus the fact you can grow your own fruit and veg as well.
Another good thing about living here, we've got a local church we attend, we've got 2 or 3 shops. They have lots of things going on throughout the year, like once a year they'll have a harvest festival, which is a big event. They have another event at Christmas and on Ladies' Day. They very much include us, so that's another plus to living, I think, either in isolation on a mountaintop or in a city. I think you've just got more community in the village.
Hi everyone, I'm Carleen Pritchard, and I was originally from South Africa, but I moved to Bulgaria 5 years ago from Scotland with my husband and our 5-year-old daughter. I also have a YouTube channel and it's called Everyday Dukan and Healthy Eating. So we're going to answer a few questions here today. The first one was, why did we choose to live in a village rather than in a town or a city? So basically, I wanted our daughter to experience a little bit of what I grew up with. I was born on a farm in South Africa and I have lots of fond memories of it, especially picking up the eggs in the morning from our own chickens. So there were other lovely memories as well, and I wanted her to grow up in a rural area, a countryside that has still got lots of animals, and bring her closer to nature. So I wanted to raise her out of the hustle and bustle of the city and raise her in a similar way that I was raised.
Hello, my name is Deborah and I live here in Bulgaria with my husband Keith and our 6 cats. We've been living in Bulgaria now for about 8 years. We were originally from North Wales. We bought a small holding firstly in the north of Bulgaria, which we renovated, but after about 3 years we decided to move down to be nearer Sofia because Keith as an actor had work in New Boyan Studios. We decided to move to another village. We chose a village over a town basically because with the cats we didn't want to be in a busy town where there's lots of traffic. The peace and quiet of the nature. You get a garden as well, whereas if you're living in a town or city you don't usually get a garden. And you usually get a big garden in the villages where you can grow. We've got the added benefit of a train station in our village as well. So we've got the best of both really, because we can hop on the train and go into Sofia, which is only about a 20-minute train journey. We don't actually live right down in the village, we live up above the village in a mountain forest. So it's just lovely up here.
My name's Paul Kramer. I live in a small rural village in rural Bulgaria near a town called Popovo. Best things about living here: the space, the freedom, the land we have, the facility we have here that we wouldn't be able to have in the UK because of cost. But the space and the freedom is one of the biggest wonderful things about living here.